It's different types, and they're always moaning, saying, no, it's not right medically. Sometimes it's okay. Oh, then the religion comes in. Then the religion comes in.
You're live. Oh, that was you. You're live. Hi, everyone. Yes, she was live.
Hi, everyone.
Are you always on the FM?
Hello, everyone.
Thank you for tuning in. We are on a Bless Radio Live.
Okay.
And with Unity 5 platform. And the host today is Shaheen. Shaheen, please introduce yourself.
Hi, guys. Welcome to Bless Radio. Obviously, we are alongside Unity 5 tonight. And my name is Shaheen. I'm going to be hosting every Thursday from 8 till 10, talking about various different subjects, topics, and making you laugh. So making you cry.
That was funny.
We're going to have a blast tonight. We're going to have a blast tonight. Please enjoy the show.
Okay, guys. To call in, please, the number is 079 444 313 66. 079 444 313 66. If you want to call in, speak to Shaheen, myself, Bless, and our guest who will be coming on later on, Mr. Nico.
Fantastic. So, let's talk about what's going on. That we've literally hit another lockdown. How do you feel about that?
It's finished.
It's been tough, Shaheen, personally. Third lockdown has actually been a bit of a dilemma with me. I thought I'd pass through it. But no, it's been quite depressing, to be honest with you.
Right. So, did you have a job, or do you work, or how has this impacted? Are you working from home at the moment?
Yes, I am working from home at the moment, but it's not just work. It's like you're caged in, aren't you? Really, you can't go out, and especially us in London, we're in tier 20, should I say? Because I can't get the grip of these tiers.
Don't look out the window.
Yeah, exactly. I think, unfortunately, we had this conversation before, me and Bless, on a Tuesday. We were talking about, the unfortunate effects, obviously depression, suicidal behaviour, but then again, it's actually turned out positive for some people. For me, the third lockdown has got to me a bit because I can't manoeuvre as much as I wanted to manoeuvre. But there was a good side to it. I mean, I'm not worried where my kids are. I've got an eye on my kids. I've got the more of a family atmosphere going on here, and I'm quite enjoying that as well. But there's a fear. There's a fear there, isn't it? Because what is this?
You never know who. I mean,
the UK's biggest network.
I heard people thought, you're going cuckoo. This is not true. When the first strain happened, I overheard somebody saying that this is going to hit the elderly people. Then we're going to have a second or a second wave, and that's going to hit the younger generation.
Yeah,
it's going to hit all of us. Like every other person that I speak to now has COVID.
Yep.
So it's like getting closer and closer to.
Yeah, it's hitting home, isn't it?
But I don't understand how it's traveling this crazy.
They're saying it's a different variant, isn't there?
Absolutely, but where is this variant coming from?
See, this is the $100 million question, you see.
Yeah.
And if
Right, people. Sorry about that. We got disconnected. We'll be back in a minute. Don't ask me what happened there. The system just kind of shut down. Don't know why. So we're going to come back in again. So those who've been listening, we've got Sister Shaneen. And we're going to be talking a little bit about the lockdown. And as you know, she'll be on every Thursday from 8 till 10. It's going to give us 5 minutes. And we should be up and running again. But obviously the system, I don't know what happened. It just crashed for some reason. This is what you call technology. Right, and the number... Yeah, live radio, man. So the number what you're going to need to get through is 079 444 31366. Yeah. So we should be back up and running in a minute. Yeah. So you're listening to Bless Radio. You can get us also if you're logged on at BlessRadio1.com, the number one. Right, that's the website, BlessRadio1.com. And you can also get us on YouTube, which is on YouTube, Bless Radio 1. Yeah? When you call in, you can kind of call in or you can WhatsApp and go live on the WhatsApp. Yeah? Today we got Shaneen, we got Unitify and a brother named Nico, right? Which we're going to just be doing a talk show every week, every day, no, every week. I should say every day, but it's every week, innit? So, yes, BlessRadio1.com. So I'm going to get connected back to the ladies and the gentleman, Nico, and hopefully we should be back in. Don't worry, my apologies for the for some reason it just went off. Don't ask me why. Never done that before. The technology, I suppose. Who knows? You know what I mean? But yep, we should be back up and running in a minute. So in the meantime, I could play some music for you. But we're not going to. We're going to go straight into the thing. Right? Here we are. Right. So, and tomorrow, Friday, I think tomorrow Friday from 6 to 8, you got the Limbs Alley show. Tomorrow from 6 to 8. Yeah, he's back out. His mum let him out again, so he can come out tomorrow, 6 to 8. You got the Limbs Alley show, which you'll have certain guests coming in. I don't know, they won't be coming in actually. They'll be talking live, and I'm taking part in the show from there. Yeah. So we're gonna have to give them an extra half an hour today. For some reason, as I said, the thing went off. I don't know about this technology, but we'll be in a minute. Right. So, and there's the crew saying Wagwan. Yep. I'll take the texting crew. Wow. 5 texts. Right. I'll type Unitify. We'll be up in a minute. Oh yeah, you can WhatsApp. Yeah, you can go live by. Oh, they could go live by WhatsApp, innit? If they want it. But this should be all right. It's just been overloading. I don't know what's happening. You know. So it should be come on. There we are. Right. These girls are gonna do my head in when I get back in this chat room thing with them. They're gonna say, "What happened?" She's gonna try and string me up. You know what I mean? Here we are. Sorry for the delay, people. Right. That's what happens with technology, you know. Sometimes it just does its own thing. So we're gonna get back into the chat room, which we are here. Where are they? Waiting for them to get into this chat room. Don't know where they are. Taking a bit of time. Here we are. All these texts. Look how much texts she's sending. Don't they just calm down, calm down, calm down. It's this thing just shut down. It's booting up. Yeah. Where is it?
That's the popular thing.
Yeah, I know, but I don't know why. I don't know what happened. Here we are. Right. Where are they? Oh. I don't know where they are, so I'm gonna just get into this one. Yep. Outside the texting crew. I don't know where they are. I'm going to try, hopefully she can connect me through this one. Yep, here we are. Hi.
Hello, Bless.
Hi, Shani.
Bless.
Yeah, what happened?
Sorry, I'm just literally I've switched off because you called me because I'm on live, aren't I?
Yeah. It just shut down for some reason.
It shut down. So what? The whole thing was shut down.
No, we're still live, but the computer itself, it just went off for no reason.
Let me try.
No, but I mean, we're still live, although this particular computer is on the Skype computer. That particular, it just went off, but you're still live. So I was talking to the listeners while it was doing what it was doing.
Oh, fair enough.
So
you need to follow listeners.
Yeah, well, so what do you want me to do? Do you want me to
Hello, Bless.
Yes.
Bless.
Hi, I can hear you.
Yes. So all that time you were speaking to the listeners.
Yeah.
Oh my days! And there's me and Unify thinking we're speaking to the listeners.
No, what it is, we're always speaking to the listeners, but I don't know, for some reason it just went off completely.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
The computer just stopped for some reason. I don't know why. That's never happened before.
That's crazy.
So when it stopped, I just continued talking to the listeners like I'm talking to them now.
Hello.
Hi.
Yes. Hello.
All right, so it's down to you now. You may continue.
All right, perfect. Let me log you off, and then I can go jump back in with Unify. Yeah.
Okay, then. And what we're gonna do, if you want to run an extra half an hour, we can do that. Oh no, yeah, I'll let the other DJ hang around if you want to. It's up to you. I don't mind.
Let's see how the conversation goes with the gentleman. If he wants to cut a bit early, then that's fine. Because from next week, I want to be a little bit more. Because this is just my practice, like my first time around, you know. So I'm gonna be a little bit more vigilant from next week onwards.
You got a live caller. I don't know who this caller. How are you?
Yo, what good?
Oh, it's Lims. Again.
What good?
All right, Lims, can you call back in or stay there in a minute? Yeah, stay there, and because I'm gonna get back in. How you doing, bro?
I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm out here, man. I'm literally chilling. Hey, listen. No, I can't get hold of it on the online and that. I got people trying to listen in right now.
Go to the website, man.
Yeah, but the website. People need to know the website.
Yeah, don't you know the website of the radio station that you're on?
No, I know it, but I told people about it, but it's not coming through.
Well, it's coming through. I've seen it. I can see it.
Through.
I'm sitting right in front of it, mate.
I know, but I'm telling people to like log in and they can't get through.
Yeah, well, you may be sending them to Skype. You might be sending them to WhatsApp. Anyway, let me get these ladies back on, and then me and you can talk afterwards, yeah?
Alright, cool. Wait, what? Am I going to be online?
Boy, this is not the... Can I just sort out the ladies, yeah? They got me on hold.
The lady told me to phone in, innit?
Yeah, all right, hold on then.
Alright.
Right, everything been shut down.
Why is that noise? Oh, this is the turret sound. What's that humming sound? I wasn't doing that before.
Wow.
I got the computer doing it.
I don't know what happened there. I don't know what happened. Right. Right. I don't know what happened there. All right, everybody. Where are we again? Why am I on hold?
Because you put yourself on hold.
No, she put me on hold.
She was phoning Unity first, she said.
Okay. I'm gonna come out of this. Alright. Right. Shanae Unify.
Okay, Doc.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Alright. How you doing?
Yeah, we're good. Are we up and running?
Yeah. For some reason it went down, but we're alright.
Well, let's hope that we don't get cut off again. Fingers crossed.
No, it's always the first time it's ever happened, so it's a new thing to me, so yeah.
It's fine. Things happen, man. It's all right.
Alright, so I can see Nico playing with his computer with a picture of his dog there.
So he's actually painting. He's actually drawing. He's an artist.
Oh, I thought there was a picture.
Yes, there is a computer there. But Nico, do you want to just show bless your artwork?
Yeah. That's the image.
That's pretty good. I thought that was a picture, you know. I thought it was an actual picture that you was mucking around with.
Oh, do that. Outright do that.
Yeah.
My whole room's full of pictures.
Okay. That's good, man. You can draw a picture of Unify and send it to us.
There's yours, Shaheen.
I know, there's one of mine. But mind you, we've never met before, me and Nico. Got a picture of me up there.
Alright, Shanina can't see you.
Oh, you can't see me?
No.
Right, Bless, are we on live?
Yeah, you're live.
Okay, to our viewers again, once more time. Thank you for coming on to Bless Radio with Unify Platform. Our host is Shaheen and myself. The number to call in is 079 444 31366. What's the number, Shaheen?
Oh my God, repeat that again for me.
079
079
444
444
313
313
66.
66. All right.
I'll speak to my lovely lady over here, Shaheen. Please call in.
Right.
Should we just call on our wonderful guest, Mr. Nico?
Nico, welcome on board. Is your mic on?
Hi. Welcome. Thank you so much for inviting me, Shaheen, Bless, and also
Unify.
Unify.
Unity. Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate it for the opportunity.
Absolutely, absolute pleasure. With Unify, we're all about creative people, putting them all together and showing everybody there's opportunities out there for creative minds. And that's one of the main reasons why Unify do what they do. And I'm so happy that I'm actually a part of Unify. Oh. But putting that aside, let's put that aside. About you. So, tell us about you. Your name, is it really Nico?
Yes, it is. It was predominantly a nickname, but it's the name I've been using for the last 20 years, to be honest. Even my mum calls me Nico, so I was telling you something. my grandma says Nico, Tico.
For those who don't understand, Nico, Tico means Nico. How are you? So, background. What are we? Are we what? Asian, Pakistani, Indian? What is your background?
Yeah, Pakistani.
Pakistani
background. Yeah.
And apart from the creativeness that you do, which your artwork, I'm a big fan of, and you're wonderful in what you do. But what is your main job? What is it that you do?
Well, I'm ex background retail. Currently in furlough at the moment, so I think during the COVID period, been focusing mostly on my artwork and cooking as well. So I do a bit of both.
You went from cooking straight into artwork. So I was like, what? And after I started following you, I was like, what is this person doing? Are you an artist? Are you a chef? What's going on?
Everything. You know, if you look, if you've got the time, which we all have, and obviously we prioritize our time in different aspects. You know, family, partners, work, and then if you've got any downtime, as we call it, then just take just take advantage of it and do the best you can with the spare time instead of wasting time. So that's the way I perceive it, to be honest.
You've practically been furloughed for almost a year, we can say, because obviously you started off at March and you furlough. How have you coped as a man as well? Because I know, no, honestly, as a man, we drive you insane. It's safe to assume there's a woman in the house.
Yes, of course. Yeah, it has been hard. I think it's because we're not used to it. When you have your 9-to-5 job and you're used to your certain priorities that you have your own timetable where you go to work and you look after the kids and you go to sleep and so forth, and then you just repeat itself. But with the COVID, it's caused a gap, hasn't it? So with the gap, you just got to work with it, or it works against you. So it is a blessing, but it also can be, it can highlight if you have any issues in your relationship, or if you've got any issues of life, that gets highlighted because the work is not there, and it's not there now. So I suppose I've just laid back. I mean, because of my age, I've just taken it easy. I don't rush things. I've been very, very patient.
Yeah, well, a lot. You're very lucky, and there's relationships that are very lucky that have survived the pandemic, or pandemic as we like to call it. But we've, I've come across quite a few people that COVID and pandemic has actually caused a drift in their relationships. They've broken up and they're no longer together. So it has actually escalated in terms of divorces, and the rates of divorces have gone sky high. So you're right. It does highlight the weaks and strengths amongst you and your partner. So, let's talk about your creativeness now. Obviously, you're into retail. Did you know you were always this creative, or you just parked it to the side?
Yeah, it was kind of like parked to the side because I think because I'm originally from Manchester, and it was like in the early 80s when I used to read all the comics. I always knew that I was into graphic or comic style kind of drawing. And it was up to the level where I did my A-levels. So my GCSEs, I got away with doing comics, but I couldn't get away with it because I didn't exist for art. So I suppose after A-levels, I thought, there's probably no future in this. So then I went towards a different area. But it just free.
Sorry to cut you there. I mean, what did your parents, Pakistani parents, say there, mate?
I was just going to ask that question.
You know what they're going to say? They say, Putter, you've got to be a doctor, you've got to be a pharmacist.
Yeah, but Nico, apart from the typical scenario that they want us to be, also, you've got to be honest here, right? Being an artist, especially when we're drawing faces, is not just the culture or religion that comes in between. It's a bit of what you're doing is like, can't you draw the nature? Why do you have to draw faces? Why can't you do that? I bet you must have got something like that.
No, I did. I'll be honest, I did. I didn't get it as much because family martial arts, they're quite good in that respect. I know it exists. I know that conversation does exist, but it's not impacted me, to be honest.
So are your family quite supportive of what you do? Also, where are you coming from? I mean, your parents, were they from Pakistan? They came here?
Yes.
Did they?
In the 60s, I came straight to London because I'm originally born in London, and then we moved to Manchester in the 80s. So from both areas.
In both areas. So I'm actually going to get into a bit of deepness here. I just wanted to know, when you're actually parents from that generation, bringing up children in this country, have you ever had that conflict with your family?
100%. Yeah. I think when I was in my early age, up to maybe 20, definitely. But I think everyone's family-wise, mashallah, they've changed and they've adapted. And there's been a lot of changes in my family, to be honest, with the ideology and the mythology, the way they work. I can't say it's 100% for everybody because everyone's different, but yeah, they've changed.
I think it's different when it's a girl. What do you think, Shaheen?
Oh, 100%. It's very.
I think boys get away with it. They do get away with it.
We're not trying to be feminists. Is there any males?
Limbs is online. Limbs? Are you there online?
Yeah, Limbs.
I'm here. I'm just listening to the conversation.
Limbs also is an artist in his own way.
I'm just listening to the conversation. You know what? Everybody, Happy New Year and everything. You know how it goes.
Happy New Year.
Would you like to ask a question to our guest, Nico?
A question to the guest speaker.
Yes, from a man to another man.
Another man to another man. You know what? How you been? You know what? You've explained how this COVID's been happening. How have you been feeling, bro?
It's been tough, I'll be honest. Because my wife does a lot of the work, to be honest. I mean, I help when I can. But mashallah, my wife is very strong and level-headed. So, all the credit goes to my wife. He's keeping it together, keeping it level.
While you're tearing it apart.
And also for letting me carry on with this work because,
Yeah, a lot of patience is needed, yeah.
And how many do you have, Nico? How many kids running around?
Two kids, boy. The young.
Okay, cool.
8, young is 6.
In what point in your life, Nico, did you decide to seriously take it so seriously?
I didn't. I think it's timing because when I always did art. I didn't do it as serious as I'm doing now. But when I was on TikTok, I got re-inspired. I got the fire reignited when because I got a mentor whose name's Tony Fun Arts, which I'll give a big shout out to. He reignited my flame and put more confidence in me. So from encountering him, he just started going from there, to be honest. I just been going, shifting forward ever since.
It was like a therapy for you, Nico.
Yes, it's very, very therapeutic. If you have the patience and you have to keep practicing, this is for you 100% because there's different stimuluses for different type of people. This is for me, 100%.
One of the main reasons why I wanted to bring Nico on here on a more positive note, because pandemic affected us so badly. But I want people to understand what you can actually do, which is a little bit more creative and very positive whilst you are in this pandemic. So I became a comedian that I never knew I was. So same thing with people out there listening, guys, girls, women, men. Don't just sit there and let this pandemic get you into depression, because it's very easy. Drive you crazy, because it's very easy. Many things that we are all suffering, if we just carry on suffering and not explore other options or other venues, be it whatever you do, then it will drive you insane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, sorry. Also, what kind of paintings? What kind of paintings do you do? Is it oil painting, or is it just?
So my medium is portrait. So I pretty much do graphite and coloured pencils, and I've used all sorts now. Originally, because I have changed, Shaheen. I used to do just comic drawings, Marvel comics and stuff like that. This was new to me because it's like the way I see it is like you've got the spare time. Why don't you just try something different? Let's work on this. And you can do it because, for everyone that's listening, nothing's impossible. Honestly, you can. If you put your mind and you keep trying and keep practicing and build up your self-confidence, you can do this. I'm not joking. There's been I've probably done over maybe 200 drawings. There's been so many drawings I've done where I've made mistakes. I mean, example, when I did yours, Shaheen, I had to redo the face again, the eyes. You just don't give up. And you keep going ahead and ahead until you get this right. And the message you want to give is don't give up. 100% don't give up. If you feel you can't do it, take a break, get a different perspective, maybe go for a walk or something, clear your head, go back and try again. It works, honestly. It really.
Another question for you. I seem to get it a lot. With me, I personally think there's no age for anything. Do you get people saying at this age you found drawing? How does that? I get it. Oh, at this age you're a comedian. And it's like, well, it's never an age to find something that you enjoy doing. So, what is your answer if I was to say at this age you found drawing?
Yes, I've had that from my wife.
It's such a wife question to ask, isn't it?
Not from the family, to be honest. I think they were a bit not surprised if they were like, hang on, like a hidden talent. Yeah.
Yeah, so carry on.
Oh, sorry, thought Bless was asking the question. But yeah, it's just, yes, I did. I've had a few conversations. Some of my close friends are really surprised because they've not seen that from me. I mean, I'm in Birmingham now, so most of my friends are from Birmingham. They haven't seen this side of me before, except for the friends in Manchester. So I think they're finding it different. But at the same time,
are they finding it different because it's a man painting, or is it because they're finding it quite God, guys, what are you doing, man? Because it's a typical scenario. Why are you painting? Can you not do something else? Is that what they're coming across like?
No, I think it's because when they heard of Nico, they think, oh, he's the retail person, or he's the manager, blah blah blah. Example from my previous background, I've never discussed this or even had the thought process when I was at work, if that makes any sense. So though your work colleagues wouldn't have thoughts that it might be doing this. So when they see this in particular, they think, hang on, is that really you? So that's the things I've been encountering.
You are very unique, I must say, compared to who I do follow and who I've got following me. You catch my eye because obviously, like I said, it was very rare to see a man cooking in the kitchen. And he was making amazing food, guys. He was making some amazing food. So from there, I was like, okay, what's this dude on? Like, what is he all about? And I see a man painting, and it's a brown man painting.
Yeah, because we're conditioned to believe certain things, aren't we, Aish? And it's not fair, and it's not right, really, is it?
Not right. It's not
and
right.
That's why it's so nice of you to come on as a guest, because you're actually opening up. Most men might not open up, Nico.
Wait,
but actually, you're opening up.
I
said, look, I draw, I cook. Late. So what's the big deal?
I got into the conversation late. Yeah. Am I allowed to ask? Yeah. Are you telling me that you do food?
Food what?
James, ask that again, please.
No. I'm asking him to answer the question. Do you do food? So you actually?
Yes, he does do.
Yeah, curries, English foods, Chinese, Japanese, the whole lot. I've learned it all.
He's an all-rounder.
What I mastered during COVID was making roti, because roti's so hard to make.
You have to make it style. Are you on Uber Eats?
Can't beat me to that, Nico.
Are you on Uber Eats?
Limbs, repeat yourself, please.
I said, are you on Uber Eats, bro?
Bless, is he there?
Is he there? The connection on there is quite poor.
What was the question?
We couldn't hear him.
You can't hear me. Can you hear me? Can you not hear me properly?
Yes, go on.
Yeah, you're back.
I was like, are you on Uber Eats, bro? Because obviously I heard what you were saying, and I was like, what? Like, he must do some food, like some tripping and that, like. So you might have to put me up, like Uber Eats, Deliveroo or something.
Oh God!
I tell you this.
I tell you what, you can get Nico to do. His talent is to actually draw, and maybe he'll do a portrait of us.
Yeah, he
They
will.
can't hear me.
He will. It's absolutely phenomenal. His
I love
artwork.
your work. I've just seen a bit of your work on IG, Nico, and I have to say it's really good.
Thank you.
Really good.
There's more.
So you think, Nico?
Man? You lot don't know Uber. Are you lot foreign? Are you lot Japanese or Chinese or something? You don't hear Uber Eats.
Limbs, you sound like you've been fasting, mate.
Right? You don't.
You just got hungry. Hungry.
Oh, Limbs,
Well,
what's
you lot
wrong?
don't hear Uber Eats and that.
Limbs, man, your connection is terrible, unfortunately. Anyway, back to Nico. You're like a breath of fresh air to a lot of us brown ladies, and I tell you why. Doing stuff that brown guys don't do, you know.
All right, cool. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
No, just carry on.
Paraching.
Not you, limbs. Relax. Wait, limbs.
I was just asking if you lot can can do Uber Eats and stuff. That's it, like Deliveroo or something.
Can you do me a favor, Nico? Sorry, Limbs. Why don't you go in the kitchen, make yourself a nice meal? You're hungry, bro. You're hungry.
What do you mean? No, I had food.
Limbs, what's in the fridge?
Hey, my fridge is full up right now. You know, my fridge is full up.
How's the family? How's the cat and the dog and the mouse and all that?
Everyone's good, man. The cat, the dog, the mouse. I ain't got no cats. I ain't got no dogs. Listen, we ain't got. You see, in Islam, yeah, we have no dogs.
Yeah, but limbs. It's Shaheen's show today.
Shaheen
Yeah, I
show.
know.
Shaheen show. Come on. man.
I know it's right in front of me. And I'm still saying it wrong. It's
You said Shaheen.
All right, I think
It's Shaheen's show today,
We're
Limbs.
gonna try and get
You said
Mr.
Shaheen
Nico
show, though.
doing
You said
delivery for us.
Limbs,
Don't worry about that.
Limbs has been on lockdown too long. It's getting to him.
Birmingham.
What do you mean? You've been on lockdown so long. You
The
said
lockdown
Shaheen.
is getting to you, brother. I can hear it.
Her name is Shaheen. Her name is Shaheen.
God.
It's getting to you, brother. Open the window. Take some fresh air. Don't jump.
My brother Nico,
Can you not hear me all right,
you need
yeah?
to get on. You need to start making food. Yeah, start getting it on for my brother Limbs.
Limbs.
Yeah, Limbs.
He wants food. He
No.
said that he's mentioned food about 10 times.
Unity fry. He needs some, hey, Limbs, you need some poppadoms, Limbs. Have some poppadoms, Limbs.
We tell you what to do.
Limbs,
What,
what's up?
can you not hear me all right, though?
Yes, Limbs.
Can you not hear me all right, though?
No, we can't hear you at all.
Like, seriously.
No, we can't hear you.
Right, Shaheen, you were saying.
What
brother
you need to
Nico's
do,
a
yeah,
fresh air.
He is a breath of fresh air. You know what the sad thing is? You know, a lot of the times I've seen, especially like with what I do on TikTok and the awareness that I'm trying to spread. Someone like Brother Nico, the brown boys will not look up to as inspiration.
Yeah.
They will think he's feminine.
That's why I said what I said when he was saying that when he does painting. Is he getting negativity from the Asian community? I won't be surprised, you see.
Absolutely, like they would, because you're not doing your typical stuff that the Asian community is used to. You know, and I'm not being funny, and I don't mean it in a bad way, but you only see blacks or white people cooking.
Yeah.
Who are males? Do you understand? Yeah. You hardly will see an Asian man in the kitchen with his wife helping out or giving her the praises that Nico does. Now, is this something that was your upbringing, Nico, or is it you just are you a feminine guy?
No. I'll be honest. I think when I went to university in Manchester, that's when I started to learn. Because obviously Mum wasn't around, and you know, affordability for takeaways. You know, even though it's quite cheap in Manchester, this is like the early 90s.
Yeah.
So relied on cooking, so I started off doing vegetarian stuff because that's cheaper.
Yeah.
Then I went on to, And then I used to live with most of my student friends, and they used to cook as well. So I used to learn from that, learn from mum, learn from grandma, and then I used to watch loads of videos and just pick up things from all these chefs, people I used to visit, and then just make my own. So and you know what? It's therapeutic. Cooking and drawing is very, very similar. Both therapeutic.
I just don't like the cleaning after cooking. I hate the cleaning up after the cooking.
I love it. I love it. I clean at the same time. I love it. Honestly, I love cooking.
So you'd say more of a hobby and a passion than it is you having to.
Yeah, I think the cooking is definitely not a hobby because I do it all the time. I do all the cooking. My wife, when she wants to, will cook, but it's definitely a passion, 100%. And you can tell because you know when you visit someone and you have their food.
Your wife is a very lucky woman.
Well, do you know why?
I'm lucky to have her too.
Oh, that's amazing. That's amazing.
That is nice to hear that.
All be blessed by like husbands like these. Where do they exist?
They do. I'm sure. I know plenty of brothers out there that cook. So I have experienced some that don't, but I've not had a conversation where I've had to advise someone. You should cook, help your wife out. I don't have that with friends, circle of friends I have. But they definitely exist. There are, brothers out there that cook and do similar stuff.
Do you think it's a bad thing? That was the question. Do you think it takes you away from being a man?
No, of course not. You have to eat it. You got to survive.
You know what, Shaheen? You should put Bless on the spot then, because you said only the black and the white guys cook. Let's get Bless on and ask what his opinion is.
Bless, do you cook?
Boy, you're asking the wrong man. Listen to me. Make I tell you something, yeah?
Go for it. I mean, I'm eating an apple because Lim's made me hungry. I'm eating an apple.
Right, but remember that's got plastic on it,
Yeah, yes.
It's got plastic on the apple. Did you know that?
He's right.
It's wax, isn't it?
Yeah, plastic.
No.
Yeah, put your apple in boiling water and the plastic will come off.
You eat plastic? Did you just say you eat plastic?
Yeah, she.
What? Yeah, you only when there's food involved.
You did not just say you eat plastic, bro.
There's food involved.
All right.
Bless, you were going to mention
All right, we can go back to the eating thing because Lims is doing what Lims do best. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. So what it is, I started to cook from an early age. Actually, I got lots of brothers and sisters, right? But I was the only one really that was interested in cooking because my mum said to me when I was at school, my mum goes, when you leave home, make sure you don't have a woman wrapping you around her finger. So you must learn how to cook and clean and wash your own clothes.
What does that even mean though, Bless? Like
that means like, right? Well, basically we have a thing like don't let the woman turn you into an idiot. That's what my mum told me that. So what I did when my mum was cooking, I used to stand by her and watch what she was doing. And she taught me how to use the seasoning. She taught me how to cook rice. She taught me how to do this is before I left school. Right. So when after that, I went and I worked in a bakery. I became a baker. And I learned how to make bread and all that stuff. I learned how to make drinks. You know what I mean?
right.
Right, like drinks that you can put on the shelf. I learned how to make all of that. So I learned how to cook from an early age, and then I stopped cooking at all. I didn't cook. But now I'm living like where I'm living now. I'm quite enjoying cooking because one thing people don't realize about cooking is the energy. The energy that you eat, the food that you buy. If you're gonna buy food, the energy that you're getting from that food is very important. And if that person's had a miserable day and they cook that food, you're gonna receive that miserable energy or that negative energy in your system, in your spirit.
Yeah, it's a very valid point. Every time when I used to live with my parents, when my mum cooked with love, you could just taste it in the spices.
Yeah.
Taste it. And when the food wasn't great, it's when I know she's had an argument with my dad.
Yes.
You know,
Are you sure that was your dad?
Yeah, you know.
My dad, she's trying to kill him off one time.
Yeah, it's true.
It's very true.
It's true. So I'm just gonna give you some. This is why we like to cook. Yeah, because we know the energy that comes behind the food. So, like for example, like if you was to come to my house and I cook a dinner for you, like not just directly for you, but for certain times you cook and you put love into that food, and when you're looking at the fruits and the veg and the onions and everything you're cutting up, you're so grateful that it's natural food, that and all that energy that you're thinking about is actually going in that food.
I want to ask you an interesting question.
Right. So that's why they say the way to a man's heart is through his stomach.
That's correct. I don't have a mouth. I can't cook. I'm joking.
Okay, well I can text you some information how to cook. I can text you a dinner. I'll send it to you by text. Yeah.
Tell me, text me the right one, yeah? Right one. I want to make this one stay.
No, okay, well I tell you something, you know. First of all, if you want someone to stay, first of all you got to know what they don't like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Very interesting.
Right,
Go on.
some people do it the other way around and say, "Oh, what do you like to eat?" And what do you like? And they got so much they like to eat, but you just work out what they don't like first, and you stay away from that. Yeah, and then if you really love that man, he said, "Well, don't even fall in love straight away." But the food make.
Can I ask a question?
Limbs is saying something in the background. Shall I turn him up?
Let me ask a question.
Alright, Limbs, come and tell us about the cats and the dogs and the birds and the bees, and come talk to us, Limbs. Go on.
Why are you blacking me out? Listen, let me ask you that question. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you not season your rice or the pasta?
What?
Do you season the rice and the pasta?
What?
Do you season the rice and the pasta? Alright, look, I'll tell you something. When I cook rice, yeah, I boil the rice off. I boil the rice and then I throw the first water off. Yeah, because normally you gotta wash the rice. You have to wash the rice. Some people don't realize that rice has to be washed. Some people put rice in the pot, put the boiling water on it, and they cook it straight away. That's wrong. Right? You have to wash the rice. So what we used to do, we used to put the rice in boiling water, and you can rub it when you throw it out. You can wash the rice with your hands, or you can use boiling water and boil it and throw the first set of water away. You throw the first set of water away, and then the next water you put on it, that's when you're cooking the rice. Yeah, but then I normally put like a little bit of thyme and a little bit of onion in my rice, and maybe like a spoonful of oil so that it don't stick together. Yeah, basmati rice is the best rice for me. Anyway.
I'm saying that make your daughter so independent that when she goes out for a guy, she's looking for love, not for a man to look after her. And they say always get your boys to cook food and learn how to cook food. So when they're actually looking for a girl, they're not looking for a housemaid or a cleaner or a chef. They're looking for love. So these two things, I remember someone telling me that a very long time ago, and I thought, you know what? There's something in that saying there. It's
spot on, absolutely spot on. Because true, because look, I'm around. Let's face it. Me being a young Asian girl, I've been around very pretentious Asian girls, and when they look for a partner, or they were looking for a partner, they were looking for not a soulmate, but somebody that would pay for them, or rescue them, or get them out. And I'm thinking, what? Because I'm very independent. That's how my mum made me and my sister. So we would go out and we'll fork out the money on a date. You know, we were raised that way, to always take out your credit card or your card. Don't just leech off a man. But these girls were groomed to look for a husband that would take care of them. You see?
Yeah, I agree with you. I agree with you to a certain degree. I'm not saying a man shouldn't be a gentleman. I love a man, but then the girl has to be a gentlewoman as well. If you know what I mean. It can't just be that the guy has to be taking everything on board and the woman's taking the. I don't want to use the word. You know. Yeah,
but the thing is, there's a difference between liking a gentleman and you also being a gentlewoman yourself. You're meeting each other halfway, and then there is plain right gold digging.
Yeah.
Plain right gold, really abusing a man. Using your beauty.
So do you think, Bless and Nico, being a cook, when you say to find your way to a man's heart is to cook the right food? So do you think coming to a woman's heart, if a man starts cooking, that would be a way as well then?
I hope so.
We'll have to ask your wife.
Yeah. Get her on the show as well.
No.
All right, Shanine, can I tell you something?
Go for it.
Right, do you know some of the domestic violence, right?
Go for it.
Some of the domestic violence is because
we can't hear him.
the man don't want the woman to leave because he can't cook and look after himself.
Yeah.
That's true.
And that's why they dominate the woman and say, you're not going nowhere, you're not leaving. Then it's not because they don't want them to go, it's because they can't cook for themselves.
Well,
Yeah. The saying I said was right, yeah.
very predatorial.
Yeah.
The man is screwed if the woman can't cook, isn't it? I met a woman that couldn't cook.
You know, you can. I've always had women saying, "Go, leave. I don't need you." But now I understand why man never says leave.
Yeah, because they won't leave because they can't cook. They have to go McDonald's and everything, and they can't live on that. They lose weight. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but is it in this day and age? In this day and age, you reckon, that the men have to be on that level of like, because my generation,
Just ask the question, Limbs. Ask the question.
No. I'm just saying something. In this generation, it's a generation where a lot of women, like we grew up to a generation where men look up because of our like people that came before us. They like basically put us in a structure where nowadays where it's the women will be the chefs, innit? Do you know what I mean? And then the men, but at the same time, the older generation, which is what I rate, like my dad and the granddads and that. No, not even the granddads. My granddads grew up to a generation of the women they have to cook. Now the men now in this new generation, sorry, the women need to be able to cook. They need to know how to cook. They have to cook. And then
I think women took pride in that part. I think women said
but it's like that now, isn't it? Then,
I do agree to a certain degree that women do take pride and make their little private place. I want a guy coming in.
But people like Bless's generation, like they know how to cook, but they can sit back.
Not all of them. Not all of them. Not all of them. Not all of them.
Not all of them. Not all of them. But they have to. They know how to cook, but they sit back and let the woman do the situation.
Sometimes.
But then, how do you lot feel? How do you guys feel? Yeah, with our new generation, like I'm not on the third generation, innit?
Yeah.
So the third generation is more like, all right, cool. Like we're basically in between, innit?
No, your generation, you can hardly look after yourselves. It's only very few of you.
Mate, I know how to cook.
No, I said your generation. I said there's a very few of you that can look after yourselves.
No, let me finish. I know how to cook.
You know what? Bless got a solid.
So I can cook.
Our generation, and that includes me and Limbs. Our generation is so baby and mollycoddled.
Yeah.
Right. We want everything on a plate and done for us.
Yeah.
We don't know how to work hard. We're lazy. We're kings and queens of excuses.
Yeah.
We want everything done for us.
You want me to tell you? I tell you why that happened. The reason why that happened is because the parents of the generation, we didn't want our children to go through what we went through. So we tried to treat them better, and in doing that, we ended up spoiling them.
Yeah,
in a way.
100%.
Yeah.
But don't you that spoiled them a little
bit? In a way.
Yeah.
Like,
because at the end of the day, it means like you see us now, we're at the level that I can cook for
her own wash, she wouldn't wash it because she's that spoiled.
Yes. So Shanine, you need to speak up a little bit because when Limbs talk, you just disappear. He speaks right over you.
Oh, sorry.
But
should I
fair enough, you didn't want your children to go through what you went through, but you've made it difficult for his or her partner. or even just working with her. For example, I've got she wouldn't even go and wash her own cup in the sink because she feels entitled not to.
Well, leave it there, and throw and hide all the rest of the cups.
Absolutely.
Exactly, because there's that.
Yeah, but
that
Bless has got a point there. You know, I really agree with Bless there, because I'm getting that with most my kids are fine, but sometimes, you know, you can see the plate lying there, and you know what I've been doing now? I leave it there.
Leave it there. You spoil the child. In the book here, in the Bible, actually, I don't know if it says it in the Quran, yeah, but in the Bible it says if you spare the rod, you spoil the child. It says it in the Bible. Doesn't mean you must beat them, but if you don't be firm with them, you spoil them.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna go back.
See, what I've learned, because I've got a kid, right, and he's 14, and what I used to get was, let's face it, you know, we used to get beaten up for wrong, like, you know, we'd get hit and snapped, and you name it, the belts are coming out, everything's coming out. But I thought I rebelled more when my parents were doing that to me, rather than actually having to understand my parents now, because now we have a conversation. So here's the trick that I learned is, I discipline my son, but I also have a conversation with him. If you treat a child like a child, they will behave like children. Sometimes you have to speak to them like adults. You have to understand that they do. Like, for example, if you speak to a baby and the baby's going gaga goo goo, and you keep doing gaga goo goo, it's weird. So when you start educating a child from young and speaking to them not like a baby, but as it's a mature, and they're very, very, very right now. This is what
Lims is making noise in the kitchen. Did you hear that?
She sounds like she's hitting her kids right now.
Lims, you're making noise in the kitchen, ain't you?
What do you mean it's limbs, man? What do you mean?
You're making noise in the kitchen, man.
Listen, I'm
very distracted mood today. This is my show. Why are you ruining it for, man?
Alright, then look, we sit down and relax then. Right, go choose. That's why I said, Shaheen, you have to control your space. Yeah? This is your space.
It's always nice to have Limbs around there. He's so funny.
Yeah, he's a lovely guy.
Limbs is funny.
Comes in, yeah.
Me, man, why you like acting up for?
Because you have to learn that when somebody is speaking, yeah, and they're asking a question, they're waiting for somebody to answer. So, and you've also got to learn just to ask a question.
And Limbs, no manners.
No, he's got manners. He's just asked. He's young in the game, so he has radio and acting is two different things. So you have to learn how to present on a radio. It's different from acting, but he's an actor. He's a performer and he's an actor, and that's what he knows best. So
yeah, he's good at what he does. He's very good at what he does.
Yeah, that's what he knows best. Shaheen, one more question from me, and then I'm gonna let you guys do what you do. Yeah.
Right, go for it.
Actually, I put this to everyone. Yeah, even you, especially you, Limbs. Right. We was talking about the love that we put in the food, yeah, and how it affects us. Yeah, it was all how important the energy that we put in the food and how we feel the love of our mum when she cooks the food and what mood she's in. So the question I asked you, no, you see, you're doing it again, Limbs. You're doing. Oh, sit down. Right now, what I'm saying is this: bearing that in mind, what kind of energy is going in the food that our children are buying out on street, the junk food, the McDonald's and the burger thing? There is no love in those food whatsoever.
Yeah,
right. So what kind of energy are we encouraging our child to eat? And when you understand them, what is it doing to them?
Obesity. No, but I see where very, very valid point there. Very valid point.
So how's your child gonna grow? How's your child gonna react if you don't give him that food? And there's no love in it.
Yeah, there's a mixture of different vibes and yeah.
So the question I ask you, what kind of energy do you think is in that food?
It's a very selfish thing to say, to be honest, because there's a lot of people out there, like Blessers, that rely on takeaway food because they've not taught themselves to cook.
Yeah.
But the benefits of cooking is not just because it's therapeutic; it's actually good for you. The vitamins and everything it gives you. So I 100% agree with what Bless
And
says.
what he said, it's
100%.
more love. There's more love, is it? You know, when we say, "Oh, I remember my mum cooked this food. Oh, God takes back to memories." That's what it's about, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
What are you gonna do with takeaway? Tell me.
No. My mum bought me chicken and chips. That was
Yeah. 10 different shops.
That's the memory our generation's gonna have.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you can make your own. If I go to a takeaway, Bless, I'll go there to steal the recipe, and I've done it because I can make fish and chips. I can make chicken burger.
Yeah.
I can do the Japanese, you know, the
Stir fry.
You know, you got those prawns.
Yeah.
The pasta. Yeah. I've learned that, so that's the only reason I go. I don't purposely go just to feed the kids.
Yeah.
Because they have to eat home food. 100%. I agree with that.
Right. So, people, what kind of energy? One, I want you all to answer the question independently. What kind of energy is in, say, for example, McDonald's? What kind of energy is in that food that you're buying your child? Think about it.
Can I tell you something?
Mental.
There's all sorts of energies going there, Bless, because there's not one person dealing with it. You've got several people, several mood swings, several attitudes, and it's all going there. That's the way I see it. When you're at home with your mother or your father or your loved one looking at cooking for you, it's a different dilemma altogether.
Look, I'll tell you this, right? Basically, my first ever job at 16 was McDonald's. I worked in McDonald's, and I'll tell you how it works there. So basically, you've got your chefs, right? So you've got the delivery people that deliver the burgers, the buns, the chicken, whatever. Then you've got the people who cook the food. Then you've got the people who put the lettuce in the food. Then you've got the people who wrap the food. Then you've got the people who move the food to the front. And then you've got myself.
So you got at least 1 million vibes going in there.
100%. Literally, you're looking at 20 different people touching your food before you put it in your mouth. Can you imagine?
Right. So, how many of them women are on their cycle?
Listen, let me tell you something. There was the best meal
At that time, do you understand what I'm saying? So when I'm just saying at that particular time, nobody ain't taking these things into account.
No, but
But it's important because if the mood that she's gonna be in, is not gonna be, especially if she's going through pain, and then she's gonna have to prepare. You understand? So you understand? These things are very important, and when we're gonna eat that or give our child that every week.
daily.
So
Daily fact. Listen, Bless.
go on.
There's one thing, There's one meal, that I've tasted, that made me. Everybody listening, There's one meal that made me think, oh my days. But it was so calm and so what do you call it? Whatever, like healthy, that was like raw. But then everything wrapped in one, innit? But it's breakfast.
What was the meal?
Now, I've gone to Uganda, and there's this thing called chapati, innit? You got a chapati, it's like a wrap. And then, like, I've gone outside my mum's house, whatever it was, and then this guy's just made.
What's the food?
Eggs, No, I'm explaining it. Chill, relax, calm down, because the meal's it's that good that it takes time to explain, you know what I'm saying?
No, it don't.
Limbs, are you telling the story or are you cooking the food?
It takes time.
It don't take time. You take time. The food's already cooked. What's it called?
Listen, this meal, you don't know it. You don't know a Rolex, mate. You don't know a Rolex. So I'm explaining to you what a Rolex is.
Go on.
In England, they call it a Rolex. You call it a watch. That's a watch. In Uganda, it's different. Now these guys, this guy's gone and got eggs, got tomatoes, got like chapati, tomatoes.
We call that salad.
No. Listen, I'm not even finished. You know what I mean? He's got eggs, tomatoes, he's got onion, he's got everything like lined up proper.
Salad, isn't it? It's a salad, mate. It's a salad.
This guy's saying about salad, you know. Are you not hearing me? Salad. Listen, this is not a salad, mate. This is proper. And it's got
Right, on a serious note, yeah. On a serious note.
Yeah.
Bless.
Listen, no, I'm not finished.
Yeah, go on.
No, don't stop me. Because it's got
Let him finish. Let the brother finish.
Yeah, it's a proper stuffing. You see how you lot go and get your Subway, whatnot,
No.
and you get all of that stuff in there.
No, we don't. We cook our
Yeah,
food.
how people go get their Subways and whatnot.
You get your
fresh.
Subway, we don't.
Alright, you get your Subway, I don't get the Subway, innit? These people, right, I go to Uganda, yeah, to party, flatbread, yeah, with some tomato, with
Salad.
some onion,
Salad.
with some, no salad. They don't put no salad in it.
Onions and tomatoes is salad, mate. That's why I say you can't cook. They
Onions
call
and,
vegetables, mate. They call vegetables.
onions and tomatoes. And
Yeah.
so, and you call it salad. Are you
Yeah.
taking it? Are you playing games? Bro,
No,
these
it's true.
times, yeah,
It's true.
they,
Sorry.
It's
you
salad.
can put whatever you want in it, yeah. And it's a baguette. Baguette is not a salad.
I said, carry on. Just
But
tell us
it's
what's the.
chapati. You see chapati. Chapati is not your ordinary
The
baguette.
lockdown has got you.
Ugandan
He's
chapati.
got him. He's cracking up, innit? He's cracking up. Shaheen, he's lost it.
Ugandan chapati.
He's been locked down so long he doesn't know what a salad is.
Listen, you're eating that. No. Let me leave you to it. Just find out. Yeah, when you go to Uganda, one day everybody.
We're not going Uganda. We can't leave the country, man.
Everybody listen, go to Uganda and get a chapati. Oh my
Limbs,
days.
we're gonna go
I'm
Uganda with
telling you,
you.
you're gonna come back and say, Limbs, I love you. I swear to God.
Okay,
Because-
all right. I'm gonna go to
see,
Uganda for a
You're
salad.
not going to go to Uganda and get some
You know-
salad.
Yeah, that's it. No suntan. Just get the salad and come back.
No. Get a Rolex. Get a Rolex. And come talk to me. And then you're gonna talk to me about healthy food. I swear, wallahi,
Yeah.
I'm not even lying to you, bro.
We know you're
This
telling the
is-
truth. We know.
This is the bestest thing, yeah, that you're ever gonna, like, for breakfast. I'm looking at
Yeah.
it like, that will fill you up for 3-4 hours, bro.
Because you're hungry. It's breakfast, isn't it?
No.
Yeah, Limbs, I think you've literally come onto the wrong show. My show is about banter, comedy, talent,
Yeah.
and not about food. You
Salad.
need to go over the chef's channel for this one, mate.
Yeah. My gosh.
You come to the wrong one.
For real, go all the way to Africa for a salad.
You lot don't know what you call it. You know a real
The stuff grows over there. It's got to be.
For flight, you know.
You know what I mean? It's like $3,000 for a salad.
Oh, but no, Bless, no. It's a healthy salad.
Oh yes, it's a healthy salad, and you have it for breakfast.
It's got
Rolex, yeah.
onions.
It's still there.
Rolex, you put it in your mouth.
Well, how do you eat a salad?
Bro, I'll munch that down. Real Rolex, yeah, go.
Limbs. I'm sorry.
Not on your,
Knife and fork.
not on your arm and that.
Limbs,
Are you-
my brother, you've been locked down too long, man. Trust me, believe me on this. Yeah, try to take up some drawing or something. Ask Nicole how to teach you how to draw. He might.
Hey Nico, tell them to go to Uganda, bro. Nico, tell them to go to Uganda. I swear to God. Nico, tell them to go to Uganda, bro.
For a salad, yeah.
Nah.
Bless, we're all coming
Go
with you.
to
We're gonna go
Uganda.
with Limbs.
Oh my days,
Well,
I'm
go.
done.
You'll be an experience.
All right, then bring some back for us, then, Limbs.
I swear down, I'm bringing millions.
Yeah, but you gotta put it in the fridge though because it's salad,
Hey,
isn't it?
Bless, you gotta fund it, though. You gotta fund it. I swear down.
Yeah, don't worry.
You see what I wrote? Son?
Limbs, man.
Right, okay,
It's
let's
got
get a bit
so
serious
Let's
here.
get serious now. That's
Nico's painting away.
right. That's it. That was a commercial break,
That's
people. That was the advertisement from Limbs. You know what I mean? Go to Africa, get a salad, buy one get one free from Limbs. All right, Shaheen.
back to reality. Obviously we've asked Nico this question. We're not asked Bless you this question. How have you coped as a man during pandemic and lockdown? Because for some weird reason, men like bottling things in. They don't like expressing how they feel or being honest about what they're going through. So, how has it been?
You really want me to tell you the truth of it?
In this pandemic and lockdown.
All right.
Tell me the truth.
That's what it's about.
Boy, to be totally honest, yeah. At first, it was a shock. The first lockdown was a shock to my system. Right. I didn't think such a thing could exist. And when I opened the door and I saw no one on the street for the first time, I'm walking for 10, 15 minutes and nobody ain't out there, like a ghost town. It was a little bit of a shock. The first one.
Wow.
For me, yeah. And because I'm not used, I'm saying like, there's no one out there. There's no police. There's no helicopters. There's no aeroplane. And if I was to shout for help, who's going to come out? And all these things are going through your mind. Supposing something happens to you, no one ain't going to come to your house to help you. It was so, bearing all of that in mind, it was just a traumatic time for me the first time. But I got through that. And after I got through the first time, I've realized that God is real. And you're never ever alone. Even though you're on your own, you must realize that it's time for us to draw near to our spiritual beliefs.
Absolutely.
And I convinced myself.
Touch that a little bit with you, Bless. Obviously we all have our own different beliefs and religions and whatnot. We respect them all equally. Yeah. Now, a lot of people are saying that this is a curse from God as a form of punishment. Do you think is that what you think or believe?
No. I think it's a bit of both. I think it is a biblical thing, and I think the Quran did also say about what's going to happen in the end times. But I think man has used that as their advantage, because they know the majority will believe that. Yeah, those who are not in the known will believe, well, it's judgment and God's gonna come and it said this in the Quran, what's gonna happen, and the wicked and they're gonna be cast. They might believe that because the book that they've been reading has told them the outcome of the end. So they might think that's what it is. But I don't look at it like that. I look at it as this is a time when the wicked people are being revealed. And if you don't, and I look at it from a different point of view.
Yeah, good point. I
think it's the time of the wickedness. The wicked people are revealing themselves, and you looking at this media and everything, thinking that, oh my gosh, what are we gonna do? But what are they doing for us? Because at the end of the day, if you're gonna tell people that you can't come out your house and you're on lockdown, you're not considering the love of the elderlies that are on their own, that hasn't get to see their grandchildren, and you're taking that away from them. You understand? There's no
homeless as well.
Yeah, and there's a lot of people that's lost their business. You're not like, so for you can't go to work, right? You're not allowed to socialize, but yet you still got to pay the same. You got to close your shops until this pandemic thing is over, but yet you still got to pay your rent for your shop. You got to pay your electric. You got to pay your taxes. You got to pay your everything, your mortgage.
No, absolutely.
So if you really care about the people, you can say until this pandemic is over, your mortgage and certain things will have to be pushed to the side, because we, the government, has decided you cannot go to work. You cannot open your business, and you have to shut down for this time. So because we've made that decision, you can also make the decision that our electric bill should be cheaper.
Yeah.
Because we can't go to work. But you know we can't go to work, but yet you don't put down the electric, you don't put down the rent, you don't put down the mortgages. You will expect everybody to pay the same amount of money, but yet you told them
shut everything. You still expect us to.
Right, you still so I see that's the wicked thing to do. So don't tell me you're helping me when at the same time people are losing their business. To say, well, close your business for a certain amount of time and then you can reopen, or we will compensate you or something, but balance it out that people don't lose their livelihood. Balance it out that the old women and the old men that are on their own can still see their grandchildren somehow. Yeah? If you're going to social distance, why are you going to social distance from the one you love? That's going to break your heart. You know this. You understand? So that's just common sense to anyone. So I look at it like that. They're not thinking of, I don't see no love in any of the decisions that they're making. I'm not saying the decisions are wrong, but I don't see no love and I don't see no compassion for the business people, for the elderly people, you know, and for people who are losing they're breaking up. As you said, they're breaking up in relationships because the man just realized that he don't love her because now he has to spend time with her, which he never did. He's always out with his mates. Yeah, and women are realizing that she don't love this guy. She might wake up one day and say, "Bitch, I didn't even know you was that ugly. You've been in the house because you've always been out all the time." You understand? That's an example, but I'm just saying there's so much good things what is happening, and there's also some bad things. So, and I see that it's just wickedness.
No, 100%.
It's wicked.
The way I see it, you either see it's the cup half full or the cup half empty. You know, it depends on which perspective you want to see. If you're going to see things negative, you'll only see the negative in people and what's happening around you. But if you see positive, you are what you attract.
So how do you see it then?
Well, when we first went into lockdown, I didn't believe this was happening. Just like you, I went into shock. There was a time where I forgot, like I didn't even know what time of day it was. I lost my senses completely.
Oh, tell me about it.
Completely. I wake up and it's like 4 o'clock in the morning, but I'm walking around like it's 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Like, I felt mad. I was a zombie at one point. You know? And then the way I see it, then I was all my friends were being negative. Everything around me was negative. I was talking to people. The news is negative. My mum's negative. Everyone's just like, all I'm seeing, people dying, and everyone's been dramatic. And it literally, I had about 2-day panic attack, thinking, shit, I've got the COVID. Sorry, I swore. Shouldn't have sworn.
No, shit is not swearing, you know.
You know, and then I was like, you know what, I'm going to turn this around. Like, I'm going to stop watching the news. Yeah. I'm stop talking to these people. I'm going to stop. Do you know what? I'm stuck here. Nothing's happening. Fine, it is what it is. Right? And that's when I grabbed my little boy. I started having fun with him. I jumped onto TikTok. I jumped onto other platforms where I said, you know what? I'm going to be the reason to make someone smile. Because right now, everyone is panicking and everyone's heads everywhere. Yeah. Let me catch people's attention and bring them down and be like, look, it is what it is. Let's just relax and let's laugh at me. You know? Let's make you happy. Because I've had so many messages upon messages, people going to me, Shaheen, during such hard times, you were the reason why I'd smile. That every time I felt like crap or I was going through some stuff or, you know, the pandemic was affecting me, I click on your page and you're there making me laugh. That's your job. I said I'm changing it around and seeing it more of a positive point of view rather than, yeah, there are breakups happening, but guess what? I broke up without pandemic. Do you know what I mean? I didn't even need a pandemic for my home to break. Do you know what I mean? But these things that happen, people do die. Fair enough, COVID's the main reason or the main culprit, but people do die. It's the circle of life. You know, and that's the way my outlook is completely positive rather than, you know what, I'd rather partners break up because they're not compatible than have kids and then watch their kids watching their parents abuse the hell out of each other. You know? It's a good thing. It's not a negative thing that you and your partner, you're right, maybe one day she woke up and like, oh my God, who the hell was I married to? And same thing, them to a destined to find something better in their lives for themselves.
Yeah, but at the same time, let's finish the question with everybody else, so to see how it has affected everybody else. Nico.
Let's have the truth, Nico.
Nico, how did it affect you?
Yeah. Shock. It was a shock, to be honest. It's just not, because obviously it was going from a routine to a non-routine, and the shock that I didn't have any program timetable to do something like in the morning, come back in the evening, and blah blah blah. And it's like, what am I supposed to do now? But I've taken the board positively in the artwork I'm doing now. Yeah, but I think it initially was tough, to be honest. And I'm sure a lot of people would agree. It just depends what you do with your time. But it's a good question to ask. Very, very good question.
Yeah, how did it affect you? As I said, it was Unify.
Yes, my dear.
How did it affect you?
I wasn't in shock. I'm going to be honest here. I wasn't in shock, but I was a bit thinking, is this for real? That's it. It was nothing like that. But I'm going to also be honest, right? I do know the lockdown has affected people either negatively or positively or somewhere in between. For me, it's been a bit positive. I'm not going to lie. I've been blessed in the sense where first COVID time when it was locked down, I just went through it very calmly with my kids because I was quite happy to have my boys at home, know what they're doing and where they're going. So this thing actually brought my family together.
That's good.
Yeah. And then we did simple things together. And my boys were like, "Oh, I want to go out." I said, "You can't go out, mate." You're like, "Oh, you're stuck with me now." So so that was something that I was happy. Come the second one, I thought, "Oh, this is a joke." Are people really dying to that degree? Are we really getting infected? I started questioning everything now, and I thought, no, there's something here, which I agree with Bless. Fine, there's something in the air, but is it as serious as they're making it out to be? There is a bigger picture to this, and we need to start shutting the TV down and start getting some knowledge. What's going on? Put facts and figures together, and please, cancer does not come to you because he thinks you're bloody Asian or black. I didn't know COVID had eyes and ears and tongues to talk about. He goes, target the Asian community. It doesn't make these kind of little things I don't know. Yeah. So the third lockdown, I'm going to be honest with you here now. This just got to me now.
No, but this is where
it's not needed. It's not needed to. I did each other in the beginning, but prolonging the whole year. I've seen my sisters, and this is why I started Unify in the beginning. When my girls they got businesses and they were crying, "Oh God, Asker, you know what we're going to do now? We're losing our work, we're losing our jobs." So we committed that we're not going to go and buy things from superstores. Don't get me wrong, I still go there, but we're going to spend money and buy things from our local sisters and brothers, the local businesses, which meant anyone. It doesn't matter who you are. So we started doing this, and this is how Unify started, and this is how our network started building up. And from there onwards till now, as you can see, I met Shaheen, I met many sisters and brothers on this actual group, and that happened due to COVID-19 because we were all at home.
Yeah, you've got all the time in the world.
Exactly, and we all connected. I'm from Manchester, I was born and bred in Manchester. So so we connected back all the way to Manchester, back here, and today we're sitting with Bless.
Yeah, because of the lockdown.
See?
What you got, Shaheen? You're going to ask Lims that question, or you're going to take the chance and ask Lims that question?
What question?
Let's start talking about food. I don't know if I want to know about salad.
No.
It says no.
You look got jokes.
No. Of course, you're my guy, man. So we want to ask you that question. Are you there?
No, I'm here.
Answer the question then, Lims.
He's going to get salad.
What? How did it
Probably making a salad.
Yeah, how did it affect you without leaving the country?
Mate. Do you know what it is, yeah?
Yeah.
I'm going to say a completely different answer to everybody, yeah?
Okay.
In terms of...
But you better be true, Lims, because I was with you in lockdown, don't forget.
Yeah.
No, it's honesty. Yeah, I'll be like, you see lockdown, yeah? I can turn around and say, it was the worst time in my life, but then at the same time, it was a blessing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah.
Do you understand? Because I got so many different things that happen for me in life, yeah, from start to bottom. Not a long story. Okay, well, as they say nowadays, cut a long story short. But it was like, I'll see it like in a way of like, it's a story, it's a movie, innit? It's like, you know, one of them scary movies that turn out. It's one of them scary movies that turn out to be one of a good movie.
Huh?
If you guys, it's a scary movie, yeah, that turned out to be a good movie in a way. Because I started off, yeah, with one of the worst startings I can have, and then I'm getting obviously I'm doing TV, I'm doing I'm used to doing TV and movies and everything and stuff like that, and then I come into a world where it's like, yeah, now you're locked down. You can't do no filming. You can't do no acting. You can't do no stand-up. You can't do nothing. And I'm thinking, yo. And then a radio show turned up. Bless. Big up to Bless. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, and then in the end, it was like a whole year of like so many different things that happened that made me feel like actually appreciate life in a nutshell. So like you can have so many bad things happening in a year. I lost my granddad and everything last year, rest in peace. Inna Ilahi Rajiun. Do you know what I mean? That was the start of the actual lockdown. And then me moving around in places and that, people don't even know. But you get me. But then at the end of it, I've got a TV show and I've got a radio show, and at the same time, I'm still alive. In this place where I've lost so many people that have passed away, like, and I can't even explain to you how many close people that I've lost this year. Like last year, sorry. Now we're in 2021. 2020. How many people? Because lockdown's gone from 2020 to 2021. And people are forgetting here that it's actually been a whole year, you know. It's gone from 2020 to 2021 and it's split mode. It's not a joke. Can you lot hear me, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and I'm saying, and it's like now, it's like I can't even look back at last year. Because if I look back at last year, I'm only going to be stressing myself and feeling like I don't even know how I'll be feeling about last year because I don't even want to think about it. I don't even want to feel about it.
It was a trying time last year, trying time.
Yeah, you feel me? It feels like it's like, you know when we lived in that transaction of the, what's that movie? That movie, the future, something future.
Back to the Future.
Back to the Future.
Yeah.
Back to the Future.
Back to the Future.
Yeah, Back to the Future. It's like you're going back to the future, brother. Sister, mother, whatever you want to call it. Yeah?
Well,
now,
the way the things are going to go on right now, Limbs, we're actually going to go back to...
Let me finish.
So-called nature and so-called basics in life.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
100%.
it's just like,
I think that's the whole world is realise that though, isn't it? The universe is making us understand we are basic is all you ever needed anyway.
Yeah.
And look what we've done to the world regardless. Look at this global warming, you know, the effects that we had on the planet, the water, Antarctica, the extinctions of animals. We caused that. So it's about time, and if it is from the planet, the universe, or God, it's about time that the planet did punish us for what we've done to it.
Yeah, but it's not us that did it. It's the big people that goes around chopping down the trees that did it. It's not the us that we're just the consumers. We're not going out there doing it.
We're not. Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? People wouldn't need that. How much more trees do you need to chop down to make settees and furniture? Haven't you got enough?
Yeah.
You know, how much
And you
people
know,
has lost their villages and their homes because you want to chop down trees?
Do you know what as well? Yeah,
So it's not really us.
About last year.
Let's talk about the positive thing what's come out of it.
Do you know
Shaneen.
what? Like, the positive. That's what I'm trying to talk to. Now the positives, yeah. For me, it's come to that point where, in my life, it's given me a point and a time for me to relax. You see, like before last year, yeah, I used to do heavy work. I used to do a lot of acting and all of them things and comedy and shows. I'm performing, all going all over the country, the world and all of that. Like doing TV and all of them things, the red carpet and that. Now, it's giving me a year out of all of that. Like last year gave me a way out of everything. So I didn't even have to like touch the road in my eyes. Do you know what I mean? Like these people say doing road work. I'm grinding, I'm doing my thing. Yeah, I was doing my thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
For a
Shaneen.
good 15 years. Watch it.
Shaheen,
Yes.
to you before you fall asleep, yeah?
Positives out of this year.
Mm-hmm.
Are you hearing me?
I've learned that nothing is important as life. Nothing, like because I was doing so well at work before I even jumped on these platforms, and I was just that work is all I knew, and I was great at my job, and all I cared about was making that money.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's funny because the retail, as Nico will understand, estate agency, very similar. It's a cutthroat industry, and it's all about the commission.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the more me it was like, I can't wait to take my little boy away on holiday because that's what I was working hard for. And then boom, this thing happened to me, and it happened to everybody. And then I started seeing people drop dead like flies. And I grabbed my little boy, and I love my son, but I think I realized his worth in my life, that all this money means shit. It means nothing.
Yeah.
Everything that you've got around you means nothing because you are going to leave that behind.
Yeah.
So to me, what I learned, the positive I learned, is how to appreciate the things that I never valued before.
That's it.
For real. Lims is still talking, you know, he doesn't know.
Listen, I had
See? Karen. No, we just use him as we use him as an advert when we need to bring in the ads.
Listen to me.
See. All right, that was the ad.
No.
He's all right, man. He's all right. I like him.
Forget the joke thing. I had 15 years, of living in the industry, of 18 years living in the industry, and just doing so much stuff, like, and living life, innit? And then COVID
Nico, what's your answer to this?
COVID took everything. And when COVID took away
positives, yeah?
Yeah, go on.
Positive, it's got you closer to family.
Yeah.
And it's made you realise that work isn't everything. In fact, work's a joke. Because work don't care about your family. You know, it's like Shaheen says, it's the money. Money isn't everything. And if you have a family, bless. And if you wasn't close to family, even more blessed, because you're going to get closer to family because of what's happened. So I think that's a great positive. If you haven't got a family, if you're single, then I think it's going to get you closer to God or get you closer to you realizing who you are as a person. So I think that's a great positive to have. But yeah, I think to me, it's just highlighted how poor and unwork-life balance your job really is, because it's not what they say it is. There is no work-life balance. It's completely utter rubbish. You can't have that with the system it was running at the moment. Now you can, because obviously you've got more time. But yeah, I'm grateful for that.
What about you, Nikai? Over to you.
Right. I'm going to be honest because I already believe in the most simple things in life, and I always appreciate it. I think for me, things were going too fast. The world was going too fast. So there's a calmness now since this COVID-19, and the biggest thing I've gained, and this is my circle of growth, is my faith. It's become even stronger. And it's the faith that I was losing out when I was actually out and about and not putting that first. And I think I feel so content now and happy. And but apart from that, I never loved money. I'm not crazy. I don't appreciate money. I always appreciate human beings around me and their health, their health and well-being, and my friends and all them. I've always been that type who's always gone out and helped. So I think it's made it more the calmness of the world, should I say. I feel a calmness, even though, please, out to the people listening, I understand we've lost a lot of people. I've got friends at this moment of time, 20 people I can name you right now who are in isolation because they've got COVID-19. Right? But I tell you, I've seen a huge difference in my friend circle when they're spending more time at home and they're appreciating the simple things of life, which they didn't. They took it for granted.
Yeah.
For real.
Absolutely.
For
and
real.
how was Ramadan that last year? Because everybody was home.
That's when it started. That's when my Unify started, and Ramadan is when it started all. So yeah, it was pretty cool. I quite enjoyed it, to be honest with you. I was enjoying it.
Absolutely.
Can I have
Did you enjoy it?
Well, and what about you, Bless?
I did, honestly, I did.
What's up? Go on.
Even the Chandra.
Huh?
Bless. What about you? What was the positive for you?
Yeah.
Well, I found out who my family was. Yeah, meaning those who really checked for me and those who didn't check for me. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the first thing I realized. We say we got family and we love our family and we love our family, but you see this lockdown, it proved to me who really loved me as a family.
Yeah, reality check.
Yeah, I got a reality check on my personal family.
The mark right there.
I realized you say you love me, but this is not showing me you love me. You don't call me. You've distanced yourself, and you've made somebody come with an idea to say social distancing, but you don't social distance yourself from family. That's gone too far, and I refuse to social distance myself from my mother and my family. If they want to talk, my brothers and sisters, they don't talk to me.
Yeah.
They don't talk to me.
Right. Well, I do know I've only got a few minutes left before we round it up, but I'd just like to say to Nico that I'm actually admiring you because we're sitting here, we're all talking, and you're multitasking. So you're drawing as well as
I'm just trying to finish it off.
A piece of art there. You know what? I'm gonna actually ask Nico on air, right, to do me a Unify logo.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a great one. Oh,
and the Bless one.
Yeah.
And 2 logos, one for Bless Radio one and one for Unify, and we're gonna actually put this up.
Yeah, we'll put it on the website. Shaheen, I know you've run off. What have you learned from this lockdown?
What have I learned? Do you know what? I've always been a humble girl.
Yeah.
But I've learned how to even humble myself so much more. You've got it today, it's gone tomorrow.
Yeah.
It's gone tomorrow. I treat people nicely. The way, apart from the guy with the salad. But treat people nicely. Life's too short. We're all going through some stuff, man.
We're all in it together, and we're all gonna get out together.
And I met you guys. I got the opportunity to be a host on Bless Radio, and thanks to Unify being a part of that campaign, I got to meet Nico. These are all people I never thought I'd ever meet. Like, come on a normal day-to-day job, I would have never looked at you guys twice. Vice versa.
That's why I said I actually love the lockdown.
Imagine me going to Nico's store. I would have been a right old customer. Like, I don't like this, and he'd be like, "Hey, tell her to get out of my shop." But here we are. It's brought different people together. I think that's the best positive you could ever find.
It's called unity.
Unity, indeed.
So, listeners and the crew that's there, what I would like us to do, now we've discussed this thing for the first show, now we know what our purpose is. Yeah? To bring people together and to give them some hope. To unify them and bless them. Yeah?
Thank you.
And I'm going to tell you one more thing before I come off of this thing. I went to the bank today, to get out £2. And when I went in there, the man behind the counter, he was so sad looking. I couldn't believe it. I go to him, what's the matter with you? And he said to me, he's had enough.
Yeah.
And I go, what do you mean?
Oh.
He goes, this COVID thing, the lockdown thing, now they're coming up with the thing where you have to get vaccinated or else you can't get your job. You're going to have to get vaccinated or else you can't get a pass to go on the airplane. And he was depressed. He said that he had enough. If he was basically suicidal and he's working in the bank and he's suicidal. I had to talk to him for half an hour at the counter while people are waiting to calm him down, to tell him it's going to be all right. You watch too much news. That's why you're like this.
Yeah.
Go back to nature.
The news is all the time. The flashline, the headline. You know, it's all like we're dying.
This is what happened, Shaheen.
Yeah. So
this is what happened before COVID-19. We were all dispersed. We were not connected together. Now, because of COVID-19, we are talking to one another, looking at our neighbours, watching out for one another, and this is what it should have been like from day one.
all right.
But in some here, this is where I agree with Bless. But those people with pure intentions have connected. The wretched people have showed their true colours.
Yeah.
Again, with what he said there, he said that you know who your true people are. And again, I saw people like, especially the people that I used to work with and I used to idolize. I saw them for who they are, and we were nothing but a number to them.
Yep.
Nothing but a number, a puppet, where we are in chains, where, like Nico said, we're on a timing. You clock in, you clock out, like machines. It's crazy.
Yep. You're just a part of their income. You're not valuable to them. There's no love between you and them. It's just money you're there to make for them. Yeah.
And if anything happened to you, goodbye, on to the next.
Yep.
They're actually laying you off and be making you redundant. That's it. Bye bye.
That's what they just literally got rid of two girls just like that during a pandemic because they could and they can, and then everybody else is sitting there scared. Like, are we next? Who wants to be in a position like that?
Yes. You don't know how long you're going to get your job for. You don't know when the company's going to close. A lot of people are threatening. You go to the bank.
Absolutely.
You only got two cashiers
Is there
in the
anything else
bank.
you'd like to say, Nico, before we leave?
What?
Nico, before we let you go.
I was going to say, no, thank you ever so much for the opportunity to meet you, amazing people. It's been great insights and, to not just to speak, but to absorb and understand and digest the things that you've discussed. It's going to be great for me to, when I go after this call, to think about everything and obviously do another reflection. But yeah, thank you so much.
Oh, thank you for coming on board. Real pleasure. Thank you for coming on board. Don't forget the logos for everybody.
No.
Yeah,
I'll get them on that also for sure.
Bless you. And we'll be having you back on and off because every Thursdays I'm going to be doing this. So we'll have many more guests like Nico and you will be coming on and off with us as well. Welcome to the team.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
You take care. Look after yourself.
Thank you.
Anything for Nico before he goes? Bless?
Yeah. I think
Limbs?
we're gonna use this platform, the platform that we have. We're gonna use it to bring the people together, to take away the fear from them, and give them some positive thing to look at. Because it ain't looking any better out there. So we have to do something and say something so that people can feel better. Right. So we should basically use this platform, push the platform. Everybody's welcome. We're not turning nobody away. Anybody who wants to come on, let them come on, because we don't know what they're going through at home.
Absolutely.
Right, thank you very much. So before we leave, this is a call out for all our viewers out there listening. Everything that's been said today on Blessed Radio, on the Unified platform, is our opinions. We're not out here to actually judge anyone or offend anyone. And I hope you take it very lightheartedly. Thank you so much for tuning on with Shaheen, my co-host for every Thursday from 8 to 10.
It was my pleasure, guys. Take care. Bye.
Bye.
Is it off now?
Now.
All right, brilliant.
First cut him. First cut. Bless him.
Okay.
All right, people. Thank you very much. We have to do this show visual next time, you know, because people are going to want to see our faces at some point. All right, cool.
All right, cool. We'll do one next week for face to face. I'll get ready and you know I'll get dressed up.
Right, that goes in there.
All right, Bless.
All right.
All right, bless you. Take care.
Sorry. All right. That thing ain't switched on over there, Dragon.
It's on.
It wasn't on.
Both of them.
You never switched it on from the wall.
19 switch on.
Both of them?
Both of them switch on already.
Go on. Well, it's on now.
Yeah, they're all switch on.
There's something wrong with that plug. All right.